This video is brought to you by Dr. Kristen R. Bromley's Guitar Method Book Series and Online Music Academy.
Hi, I'm Dr. Kristen Bromley. Welcome to my online academy. It's so great to have you joining me here in these online lessons. This is lesson 37 in this mini course that is all about flat picking. In this lesson, we're going to do the great old fiddle tune Salt Creek, which is really a flat picking favorite. Sounds a little bit like this if you're not familiar with it. That's a little taste of it. So we're going to go ahead and dive in on this. Now down in the description below there's a link. You can download a free copy of the sheet music in PDF format. You're going to want to do that to be able to play this right along with me and even to be able to learn it. So grab that and we can jump in on this music. Now with this one, it's got some tricks that we've used before and it's got techniques we've used before. If this is the first time you're jumping in, you may want to check out at least the previous two lessons in the mini course where we started working on a lot of these melodies and even the flat picking style. But as we're going through it, anything that falls on the beat we're going to pluck with a down pluck, and anything that's in between the beat we're going to pluck with an up pluck. So in this first thing, we also have a slide into it, but if we were to just do it on one G note, not both notes together, we would have down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up. We used this in the last lesson with green sleeves. But here in this case, we're sliding from the 4th fret up to the 5th fret on that 4th string, and we're catching both the 4th string and the open 3rd string, which are both G notes, and creates that effect. To slow it down. And if I were to speed it up. So that's the first technique to get down in playing Salt Creek. Now you could play it without that if it's a little bit much, and just play one note until you're ready to have that down, up, down, up, down, up, catching both of those strings. Now I should mention, if you're jumping in and this is the first time, you might not be familiar with standard music notation or tablature. So if you need help with that, there's books in the Method Book series that can help you master the skill of reading tablature and reading standard music notation. A couple of video lessons can help you out with that. There's also a quick answer video that can get you going on the tablature. So if that's how you want to dive in, you can just jump right in with that. But I'm assuming you know how to read what's written on the page. We have that slide in slur, and we've got that. So that's the introduction. The second line, we start the melody. Now with this one, I like to add in that same little trick of catching both the 4th string and the 3rd string together with the slide in. I like to catch that as I'm starting off the melody. So you could leave it out and just do the open string if you need to or if you want to, but I like to catch it. And then we have down, up, down. So, nice and slow. I'm going to play that first line. That's how that sounds. Now, if we do it really slow, we're going to have down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down. So using that standard plucking technique for flat picking, where we're plucking down on those notes that are on the beat and up on the notes in between the beats, so on the and in the counting, which was explained really well in lesson 35. Okay, so that first line is just like that. The second line continues. And that's a section of the song. So those two lines together, the second and the third line, nice and slow, we'd have 1 and 2 and ready and go and second section, which is really similar. Now I should mention, in listening to a lot of different artists play this song, there's so many different little variations. Everybody plays it their own way. So in creating this sheet music, I sort of threw in some different ideas that I think I really like, and played with it a little bit. So things that I've heard artists do and things that I thought would sound good that fit within the language. I just kind of created a great arrangement here that has some of those thrown in. As we state that same part of the melody again, it's going to be a little bit different, but it's similar. So you're going to have 1, so this will be lines 4 and 5 on that first page. It's going to be really similar to what we just played, but there's going to be some differences, which is what happens a lot of time in this style. We don't always play the same sections of the melody that repeat the exact same way. We've always got to kind of add something to it to just make it feel like it's progressing and going somewhere. But here's those. Bar 13, so line 4 and 5, we'd have 1 and 2 and ready and go and... So that's how that part works. Now, if we go over to the second page, we're getting it sort of a B section, you could say, an alternate part of the melody, and it's a little different. We're going to slide in with our index finger on both the second and the first strings. We're going to slide in from frets 2 to 3, and it continues. Now, in playing this part, you're going to want to reach. You can shift, but you can reach from that G to the B. So, you're going to have... And then you can grab that A at the 5th fret with your middle finger, and then the B with your pinky, or you can grab with your ring finger. I like to grab... it's easier to reach between index and middle than it is between ring and pinky or between middle and ring. So I put my reach there, so you can have the slide, and then with my middle finger I grab that A, and then I can grab my pinky. So for bars 3 and 4, we're sliding back down to first position. So we slide in the third position meaning that our index finger is sliding into that 3rd fret. Use the open string to shift down to the 1st fret. So that's how that first line goes. The second one's very similar. There's that part. Now as we continue, it's similar but slightly different. So you can want to get used to that little movement. And then you can grab between pinky and ring, but again it's easier to use pinky and middle on the A and then index on the 3rd fret. So pinky on the 7th, middle on the 5th, index on the 3rd. I think that's the easiest way to finger that, but you can find whatever works for you. I only use that middle finger on that A when I'm coming from the reach, having used that pinky on the 7th fret. So in that second measure of the 3rd line on that second page. Again, use the open string to shift. Kind of fun. Now I kind of shift it up when I get to that 4th measure. My ring finger from fret 3 to 4 my index on that second fret and then the open. So we can sometimes go into second position on these. It just kind of works with our fingerings. And then the last two lines, similar but slightly different. And then it would repeat back to the top if you wanted to. Now, if you don't want to repeat, or if you've already repeated and you want to go on, there's an ending on the last line. And it sounds like I threw one in I thought was kind of cool. In future lessons, we're going to learn how to improvise endings like that and other lines like that, even improvise solos using this kind of language. But I just threw one in there as you kind of get it in our ear and in our fingers. Later on when we're improvising and creating our own, then we kind of already have it under the fingers a little bit to do that, which is really helpful. So you may want to play through that a couple times. It works really well with that ending to do it in second position, using the open strings as needed. And then you just have a G chord there. So if we play it at that tempo all the way through, we won't do the repeat, so we'll just play it all the way through once and do the ending. We would have 1, 2, ready, and... Of course, I skipped the repeat, but you could play it twice. Now that's at a nice introductory tempo. This is the sort of song that you can play as fast as you get going. I won't play it as fast as I can, but I'm going to play it just a little bit faster. So you got at least, you can hear it a little bit faster here. So you're going to have a 1, 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4. course, you can take that as fast as you can possibly get it. Now, if you wanted to play the chords and do this in a duet, we've got all the different ways that we've played the chords before. One that works kind of nicely for this one is a bass down up alternate with a little hammer on. That works nicely because we can do that on the C chord as well. We can do it on the F. We can even do it on the D. So it works nicely for all the chords that are in this song. I'll take it kind of slow in case you want to play the melody along and have a little duet. You can use me playing the chords, and you can use these chords to play behind me doing the melodies. So we'll go back here. 1, 2, I want to, ready, and G. Okay, and I again did that without doing the repeat. I just played all the way through, but you could repeat it. But that's how you can play those chords, and that wraps us up for this lesson. Super fun. Of course, this is one that you can just get going as fast as you can get it going. Learning it at a slower tempo accurately first, even memorizing it is great. You can also come up with variations of your own. So as we move forward in this course, in the next lesson, we're going to work on a new strumming pattern we've never done before. We're also going to work on inserting little melodic fills. So something that kind of pushes us towards where we're heading, where I'll teach you how you can improvise or create your own melodic fills and even solos. So lots of cool things. This lesson and the last two, we had some of these more fiddle tune-like melodies that you can work on, really work in that coordination between the right and left hands as you're playing the flat picking melodies. So hope you're having fun. Take care, and we'll see you again. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. For more in-depth lessons and to progress through a free guitar course, check out my Guitar 101 series on YouTube and my guitar method books, which all come with access to hours of in-depth video lessons. You can find more information about me and my products at KristenBromley.com. Take care.